This is Reality Revelation Restoration. I'm Chris Gray, if you didn't know. And today I'm out at Pine Island in Topsfield, Massachusetts. And I got this little plate in my mouth, so sometimes I, don't talk right, But, because I want to look my best when I do a video. So, I picked this little spot because it's right next to some pine trees that fell down. It smells really good over here. This is a campground in the summertime, and it's really nice. People come here, and there's a picnic table over there, and the river's over that way, and the street is that way about a half a mile, and this whole thing the river just goes all out down through here. It winds down into Ipswich, Mass. So I just want to say, right, the reason why I do these videos, because I'm hardly getting any views and almost no likes at all. So why would I keep doing this? Well, I guess I'm kind of moved to do this because someone has to do it. Someone has to stand up for what's real and true and transparent and useful instead of vanity, because vanity is useless to God. There's no use for it, because it's evil. Evil. I guess you have a choice you can make in life. I mean, some of us never really get the choice because they beat you up and out of reality. So you'll be just another automaton. And they beat you up, they pressured you, they lied to you, your parents, they were lied to, your parents were lied to. They were told the biggest lie that idols have worth. You choose idols or God. That's the only choices you got. If you choose idols over God, there is no quality life apart from God. So when you choose your idols and you hug them and chase after them and hunt them down, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna become ill, because you're gonna need painkillers, because deep down the part of you that's real, your conscience, is trying to pull you back out of it before you go too far and can't come back again, or you have a real hard time. These people, they really fall for the lie. The words, the wordy people. You have to have words, but the con artists use them to trick you. Trick me, trick you, trick everyone. They appear to be good, but they're the idol worshippers too. Almost all of them. They don't know it. They mean well, but at the end of the day, they're fearful and filled with doubt about who they are and they eat. I see them. They eat their doubt. Their comfort. To kill the pain of conscience. They eat themselves. They fill up on junk. You know, you see some of these guys, they got a pregnant, they look like they're 6 months pregnant. You know, and they're nice guys, a lot. I know them. But you know, they're not ready. They're not ready. They got so many toxins, and they're in a comfort zone. They want to break out. I know they do, but they don't want to. They don't. It's hard to find the words for this, but it's not that they don't. It's that what's in them, the resistance. They're weak because they have a feminine spirit. The Jezebel, the spirit of Eve. Like I said, I made a video the other day. I'm putting it out tonight. It talks about how, you know, the feminine spirit is implanted in the son from the mother, and the father is usually too preoccupied with work and wanting to get the approval of his wife in sex to be able to stand as the correction. You can't correct a woman, but you have to stand as correction. Because women are two-faced. I know, and you know. My wife shows a different face to everyone else than she shows to me. They all do this to get what they want, you know. You got to really love a woman. You have to walk the path, because what's in the Christ, when you walk the path, Christ is in, the Holy Spirit is in you, and you're not going to try to tangle with that spirit in there, because you don't have to. You don't have to mess around with that. And just all you have to do is watch her, what she does. Like all you have to do is just be aware. That's all you have to do. And you're going to see what femininity is all about. But a man that is got the feminine spirit in him wants the same things the women wants. He takes on the identity of his mother and his wife, and she wants security, and she's going to raise hell to make her feel secure. And women have that spirit of Paradise Lost that you can't satisfy it. So a man has to. You can't. For one thing, there's no way a woman's going to listen to a man at all if he's a drunk, or if he's on pills, or he's weak. And she knows if he's weak. Whenever he goes to his basement or his voodoo lounge or wherever he goes to hide from her mouth, you know, she just knows, and she hates him. She hates him. This goes on every day in this country. I don't know where I'm going with this, you know. I think this is a big problem. Someone has to talk about this because they never talk about this. It's always they dance around this subject, but the problem is always between the man and the woman. It's always the wimp and the wimp and the witch, or the beast and the witch. When I say a man is a wimp, he can be physically strong, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. You can't. But what good is physical strength when some 5'4" gangster with a mouth that was foul mouth can just beat you into submission with her lips and her tongue. The tongue, the serpent, the tongue of the serpent with the venom. See, I talk about this. The venom, the resentment, the toxic venom of the serpent. It gets in you, and it tenderizes you on the inside. It makes you weak and hungry for her approval. See, this is what this country is falling apart here. You got to be careful. I'm standing here. There's trees. They drop branches right down on top of your head. Like I say, you can't take this stuff too seriously either. It's idols. Idols are, it's either God or idols. There's no other way. If you choose idols, you choose death. Spirit, you choose the death of the real spirit. You're going to have problems, because to kill the pain of your conscience, you're going to have to drink, or you're going to chase, or you'll cheat on your wife. You'll overeat. You'll smoke pot. You'll take painkillers. Always have some kind of aches and pains. Always. This is what happens when you worship idols. When you reject God and embrace idols. It's so empty. And the whole world is under the spell. Almost everyone. Even the men of God, they do it for money. They want the prestige and the appearance of good. They give their sermons every Sunday, and nothing happens. No one's moved to change anything. No one's moved to sit still and watch. If you went to a church service and the pastor asked the people to sit still and close your eyes and just watch what happens. They'll fall asleep, and because that's what the devil will do. He'll put you to sleep. Don't you see? It must be the people. There is a few people that seem to watch these, and you must know. You must be starting to get a little better. You must see that you may get worse before you get better, but you will get better, and you will. All your bad habits will fall away. Like I said, most likely, the one you picked up last will be the first to go, and it will go from there. It'll just, each one will fall away, like the layers of in the trauma that went along with it. Music is a hard one. Music is a tough one to let go, because music, people associate music with certain times in their life, and the sentimentality of it. You know, I guess maybe a little of this is okay because I do it still. But I see it. I see it. It looks it's silly, but I still do it. But not that much. I'm almost over it. It's a feminine thing. It's a feel-good feminine thing. And see all these these people. They just want. They're the enablers. The enablers of dysfunction. They're everywhere to keep you stuck. They present it so it's so enticing to, you know, you turn your radio on when you go home from work and they got the nice music, and then they got the commercials. Go to the wine, the nice song. Go get your wine and your alcohol. You know, they got you. They get you. You know, if it isn't that, they present everything is sexy, like the food. You'll see the food, like you drive home and they got the billboards, you know, presenting this big, juicy looking thing. You know, when you get it, actually, it's usually doesn't even look close to what it looks like in the picture. See, everything is a big lie. You have to live in this world. I mean, I go to McDonald's 2 or 3 times a year. It's good. Tastes good. You know, smells good, tastes good. But it's just the food I eat almost all natural food, vegetarian. I mean, I eat meat too, and when I eat that, you can just see it's just not compatible with what I normally eat, but you know, it's okay. It's okay to have a little bit of this stuff, you know, but it really doesn't do you much good because who knows what's in it, you know. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to try to clarify how stupid idol worship is, and how it's such a farce. Look at what to prove it's such a farce is people kill each other over the stupidest stuff. They kill each other over life insurance policies because why? Because they want to buy idols. They like I watch Forensic Files, and some guy will kill his wife because she has insurance, or vice versa, because they have an insurance policy, and then his big plan is while he's planning to kill his wife, he's already set up another life for himself with another woman, and then he's going to give her rings, and then he's going to go with her, and then maybe he'll probably kill once if he gets away with murder one time, he'll probably kill her too. And then I see it goes the other way. You got the conniving shrew that will kill everything to get what she wants. You know, and then when they get it, they're still miserable. They're always going to be miserable because they're miserable. They're demons. They're miserable. I see, you know, people with PTSD, and this is a lot of people have this, like not just veterans of war. I mean, well, actually, most people, I mean, are veterans of the war against heaven, and they're the casualties of it. They go to the doctors, give them the pills, and they get sicker and sicker and fatter. You see how this works? When you choose idols over God, you plan on being sick, plan on going to the doctor for cholesterol medication, for high blood pressure medication, for psychotropic drugs. This is what happens. This is the cause and effect. This is how it always happens. Yeah. Let me see now. You know, it's not easy doing this without, I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes it takes me a few minutes, you know, to get the curriculum down, because I don't plan it. But you can't really see right what's right until you get a good presence of mind going. This takes time, because you haven't done it. So this is what you do in your meditation. You're building your presence of mind is growing with your conscience, and you can see how foolish it is to you'll see the illusions, and you know that's what they are, and they just dissolve. And then all your energy goes, that was up in all the energy that was used to illuminate the realm of a fascinating realm of the fake in the voice, and it spells, it just falls away, because it's just not real, and you just, your doubt goes, you know it ain't, you know it's not real, and you're going to stop believing in it. Like, I believe in reality. So when I believe in reality, what that does is it releases all that energy that's used to form the mental prison. It releases it back into my body, and it's used to stabilize the body, and then from the great beyond comes the depth and all the answers, the right answers. Because you can't, like, I know that if someone comes to me and they are upset and angry, I know that I just have to listen. That's it. Let that talk. You know, you can't. I'm going to be angry at someone that's sick. Doesn't make sense. So you can't. Anger is insanity. There is you can be firm, like I can be firm, but it's not going to come from my head. I can, say, no, don't do that, but I'm not like, there's no, I'm not getting, my head's not going to explode, and it just comes from here, it comes from within, right in, it comes from in here, you know. This is where all the power is, right in the belly. They say an army travels on its stomach, so and this is true. But like I have my work, you know, I know all this stuff works that I'm talking about because I practice what I preach. When I go to work and I get into a tough situation, and I know that there's no finesse in the type of work I do. There's no finesse. You can't finesse it. You have to dig deep sometimes to pull a rabbit out of a hat, you know, and it works. You know, I don't panic. I remember my training. You know, I train myself, and I get my training from whatever job I do. I remember my training, and I don't doubt myself, and I do it. I see the doubt, and what good is that going to do? No good. Doubt is a real demon. Real demon. Like people that watch these videos, they're going to doubt. You're going to doubt this message is true till you get to a certain point. And then you won't want to doubt. You'll see where doubt comes from. Where do you think it comes from? Your mother. It's the spirit of Eve again. Because the father doesn't have to be a blowhard. The father just has to stand in contrast to that spirit of negativity. It's negative. It's like, oh, you know, the glass is always half full. And not all women are carriers of this. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, because they want what the world has. They're not like men. They're not a man of God. Let's just put it that way. Because a man of God doesn't have any problem dying. He's leaving his little body to go to heaven. If that's what it takes. That's why, like, you know, you of course you don't want to die and leave your family behind and all that stuff. You're not going to die anyways. That's what Jesus Christ came to prove to prove that there is no death if you believe in God. You put God first in your life, always. You can do, if you have to give up something, and you see that it's no good, let it go. Don't try to get it back either. Like, especially when it comes to women. If a woman leaves you, if your woman's out cheating on you, and you want to get rid of her, don't try to get her back. She may come back on her own. And if she does, you know, you can be the judge of whether she's authentic or not. But you got to be careful with the ladies, because she tried to kill you the first time. You know, she goes off with some other guy and decide she may just want to come back and finish the job. You know, you got to be really careful with that. You know, like I have to present the negative aspects of I have to present all this, everything that's going to come against you from being who you really are, because this is what this is all about. They don't want you. The world does not want you to be that. They won't even see you. Like I'm like, when I walk around out in the, today I went to the grocery store. In the grocery store, I look at everyone in the eye, right? No one looks at me. I look at every person that walks by, I look in the eye. Maybe 2 or 3 people, you know, but out of about 50, I get 2 or 3 people that look me in the eye, maybe smile. You can smile through their silly little masks. They're do-nothing masks that don't work. And they're going to keep this virus fiasco, it's going to keep morphing into something else. And they're going to keep coming up. The vaccine's not going to work. I'll tell you right now. I'm not getting it. I don't need it. I'm not afraid of that virus. I don't worship it. I don't live in reverent fear of a stupid virus. Nope. Not going to do it. I don't wear a mask unless I have to. And I haven't worn one before and gone into places and caused a big commotion over it. And you should see the czars, the feminine czars, that freak out. They get all panicky and run off into the back of the store. They come out and get people. They come and get the men. And the men come up to me, sir, could you please put your mask on? No. And then they leave. And then another guy will come. Sir, you have to put your mask on. No. And then they don't bother me usually. And then once in a while you'll run into a big blowhard. That's a real femme. You know, a big goon. Gotta watch out for them because they, you know, this is some ugly stuff. They're forcing us to be scared. This is what they're doing. This is a real, I just, you know, I've never seen anything. This country is toast. To allow a virus in a scam like that to take precedence over sanity, because if you're obviously, if you're old and feeble and prone to you know, you don't want to get this. You don't want to get a cold. If you can help it. But if you believe you're going to die, you will probably die. You'll probably die no matter what. If you're that weak, those people need to stay out of the way. But the rest of us need to go back to work without masks on and let nature take its course. Let this thing go through. And it will go through the population, and the people will build up an immunity to it. And then it will be gone. But they don't want to they want to keep this thing going. They want to keep it around. They're trying to see how complicit people will be so they can take total control. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. The backlash is coming. It's coming. Might take a while. It's not going to work. Enough of that. Getting up to 35 minutes now. Yeah, to live in this world and not have to take their drugs and lose your mind, you gotta reject idols and drugs. That all goes together. You're an idol worshiper, you're gonna need to smoke pot. You're gonna need to smoke cigarettes. You know, it doesn't matter. Your idols can be music. It's taking you away from God. Whatever it is, you're worshiping it. Worship. take the word, right? Worship means you find worth in something, and then it's like you board a ship and go off on a voyage away from reality. Or you worship God and you move further into the light. And what is light? You got to look at the words and dissect them, to see what they mean, and the power that they have over people, because they're programmed, and your programming is intertwined with your energy. So this is why it's hard to come back, because you're conditioned. Your body is like an animal, and it's conditioned. It's the ego is an animal. So your body's conditioned to function like an animal, because this is what they do. They raise the animal and discard the human, the conscience in the being. They want to get rid of that because it has the awareness of what's wrong, and they want to put your lights out, and they want to do it by upset, constant upset. If they can keep you upset and failing, they can control you. This is how the predators do it. This is how the predators do it in nature. They look for the weak ones and they upset them. They they chase it and they make it upset, and it stumbles, or it makes a mistake, and they get it, and they devour it. This is what humans are predators. Don't believe me? Watch the news. Watch Forensic Files. You'll see this is what the ego is. It's everywhere. But it's not in me. And I see I see these women on the news, right? I watch, they're like squirrels. They talk with it, and they smile, and because right now everything's going there because they're leftists. They're like little squirrels, and they're all happy because the male is being emasculated, and those big bad white people, these people are devious. They're allowed. This is what happens when feminism is allowed to take over. They just know how to emasculate. The mask. They want to cover the mouth of the man. They don't want us to be able to speak. They don't want to be able to see your mouth moving. Everything's all muffled under the mask. You see how this works? They really lie. They really lie. And they've been allowed to do it. Political correctness was the vehicle they used. And like I said, though, there's a bald eagle. Wow. It's a bald eagle. You'll never see him from here. But, they use political correctness as the Trojan horse to no, in all fairness now, before there was a time when women were kicked around and abused, and they really deserved to turn the tables on the men, because these men were slobs. They were bullies. Not all of them, of course, but they go get drunk and hang out at the bar, and the woman's staying home cooking the meal, and like this is like pathetically bad, and you wonder. But the trouble is now women are trying to take this too far. And you got I see the squirrely women. I have to turn the volume down because I just look at them and I see they're the type that go home and they rule the roost over the man. The hierarchy is totally, nature's hierarchy is totally blown. The woman, the devil is the boss. The woman is the man, and the child and the pet are the most important things, and the man is just whatever he is. I don't know. I know. I see these guys. They are henpecked wimps. They're the metrosexuals, whatever they are. I don't know what you call them. They're just emasculated men, and they're feminine. You can see if you scratch the surface and get them going, they lash out just like a girl, just like a feminine woman would, you know. I know this is kind of negative, but this is what we are dealing with here. I'm going to end this video soon. The bottom line here is, what is my message today? Don't worship idols if you want to keep your sanity and your strength and your good health. Get out. Make sure you pray in earnest to God. You don't need to say anything. Just you want to build up your presence of mind. And the light's going to come in. And it's going to exorcise the filth. It's filth. And you don't need you just need to do it yourself. You don't need any middlemen. Nobody needs to be in the middle. No feel-good sermons, no feel-good meditation, that would, like guided meditation. You don't need any guide. You don't want anybody in the middle between you and your conscience and the Holy Spirit. And give the Holy Spirit, allow the Holy Spirit access to enter your life, your mind. And the Holy Spirit will take all the stuff that's in your mind, and all the stuff that's useless, vanity, will fall away in its time. And all the stuff that's good, that's going to make you a strong man of God, will replace it. Read your Bible, and the reason and logic will come in, and you'll see that the illusions, and you won't, in the imaginary conversations and imaginary scenarios, and in fear of what might happen in the future, and the residual self-image, all this stuff is going to dissolve. And you'll know, and you will love, you'll know that the only thing you can do is love other people. And love this is not a touchy-feely feeling. It's a knowing that deep down everyone is the same, and that these people have been led astray. And you'll have a different purpose than going out and trying to keep up with the Joneses. And with that, I'm going to go. I'm just going to say, God bless you. Be vigilant. And know that as long as you meditate right, for the right reasons, you will be delivered from evil. And with that, I'm going to go. God bless you. Have a nice day.